Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the idea of discernment. I'm going to give you some updates, and then we're going to have the reading. And funny enough, I actually cleaned and wiped down and organized my office yesterday, and I actually organized all of the cards. And it just occurred to me, like, I didn't get the cards out that we would use in this reading. So you're going to see me kind of fumbling for a minute to just go down and grab the cards when it's time. That's what you get for trying to be organized, right? So good morning, everyone. Welcome. It is Thursday. I'm Melissa, Evidential Medium. Really looking forward to everything we got going on at Guidance 311. This weekend, I will be hosting the Evidential Medium Level 1 class. I'm really excited about it. I was actually organizing material for it this morning. One of the things you should know, whenever you have a class with me, whether it's virtual or in person, you're going to get stuff. Because as a former teacher, I know that we have all the modalities, right? So you're going to get, the visual, you're going to get the auditory, you might get the kinesthetic, like we're going to hit all the things. So one of the things that everybody's going to leave with is a really nice book of material. So it's going to be like lots of information, practices, just things you need to know, and ways in which you can. This is a level 1 class. So I'm not expecting anybody to really come with any developed gift, right? So I'm going to give you all the practices to develop the gifts. And we're going to talk about what the gifts are, all the clairs. We're going to talk about all the helpers that are on the other side. So this is going to be a great class this weekend, where you're going to get so many of the foundational things that people ask me all the time, right? Like, Melissa, who's helping us? Who's on the other side? Who is my guide? What are my gifts? All of that. So if that's something you've been really pondering or struggling with on your own, this would be the class for you. Even if you don't ever decide to give an evidential medium reading, right? You're going to have all the tools to connect to the other side, the practices that you need, and then you will have the reference material if you do at some point down the road decide you want to start giving the readings. So I'm really looking forward to this class this Saturday. It's only 6 hours, and I know I've got way more information than 6 hours because I actually used to give this as a course. All the material you're getting is coming from the course that I gave over 10 hours. I'll go over everything, but we won't get as in depth on every topic. We'll get in depth on the ones that the folks that are here really feel they need. So really excited about that. And we're going to practice, definitely practice. This is definitely experiential. Even if it's just me modeling, it's okay. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yes, I will be working. I will be working on Saturday. So that's what we've got going on. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check out the events tab on my website at guidance311.com. Really looking forward to that. And I do believe the link is in the description box. It is only $75. I did cut it in half when I first kind of came to this. When I first thought about doing this class in person, I was, I'm human. I get nervous, right? Even though I've been doing this a while, I still get nervous. And I think I really kind of outpriced it because it's almost like I didn't want anybody to take it, right? Because I wasn't really sure what it would look like because I was just kind of formulating it in my own mind. It's formulated. It's ready to go. I'm excited. I know we're going to have a great day. So the ladies that are already signed up, yay. And anybody else who would like to join us, we do have a couple seats left. So there's still room if you're wanting to join us. I would love for 1 or 2 more. And if you can't, that's okay. And also, if you're a former student in my area, I'm also offering 2 seats gratis. So, if you've worked with me virtually, I would love for you to join me. So that is what's going on Saturday. All right. And then we have next Wednesday in the community, we're going to have the monthly meetup at So that is going to be the guided meditation, and then that's going to be the beautiful healing modality. So if you're someone that's really, really struggling, this meetup might be very beneficial for you in helping you to really transform some things you're holding on to. So good morning, Tammy. Good morning. So that's what I've got going on. So that is in the community. I hope if you're not able to come on Wednesday night, next Wednesday, that you will watch the replay, because that's absolutely beneficial. All the replays for the meetups are beneficial. All the replays for the intuitive guidance meetings are beneficial. All the replays for the monthly message are beneficial, especially this one in April where Archangel Uriel came in and gave a beautiful healing meditation at the end, visualization. So we got really good stuff going on, guys. If you're being called to join me, please, please do. So today is Thursday. I will be on Consciousness Conversation with Dr. Thomas. We're going to actually start the conversation in kind of the principles of the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I know I'm totally butchering his name, but yes, that is where we're going to kind of start the conversation today. So that will be at 3:30. That's live on Facebook and on YouTube. So wherever you're joining me, please go ahead and hit that heart if you are on Facebook, and subscribe if you are on YouTube. So good morning, Humiora. I think I'm saying that right. Let me know if I'm saying that right. Maybe I'll just call you Sammy. All right. So thank you for being here. All right. So today, one more announcement. Last night, I did drop, surprise, surprise, I did drop the pick a card for the new moon in Aries. So check that out on my YouTube channel. So that is there. There's a pick a card for the new moon happening today in Aries. We've been in the energy of it for the past 3 days. We'll be in the energy of it for the next today and 3 days hence. So we a lot of energy. So definitely check out where for you in your life you will feel changes or transformation. Because that was really what came through. And there were 3 very different readings. So please, when you're looking at the choices at the very beginning of the video, really kind of drop down into your heart and feel it. Don't go with maybe the one you always go with. You always go with number 2. If you're really feeling one of the cards, it's drawing your eye, or if you're really hearing that number in your heart, go with that. Because those were 3 very different readings. If you're wondering what I'm doing, and you're just joining me, I'm actually grabbing the cards because I cleaned and I organized. And then this morning when I sat down, I forgot to grab the cards that we were going to use. Yikes. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it was beautiful. Oh, and yeah. And you can actually see in the video last night, I had some incense going, and boy was the incense going. So if you're someone that really needs like a detox or purification, like I feel like throughout that whole video we were getting that last night. I really feel like spirit was really kind of detoxing, clearing our energy, purifying us. Like I've never had my incense be that like in your face. I mean, it was amazing, and the energy of it was really, really really special. So if you didn't check out that video on YouTube, please do. It is there. It is there. All right. So I'm just going to start with The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. And then we'll see if there's another deck that wants to come out. And we'll grab it as needed. We'll grab it as needed. All right. Ooh. It's really cool. I put them away in their box, and they haven't really been put away in a long time. I mean, my office has really needed a good cleaning, and it got it. I organized things. I filed things. I threw away things. I And this deck feels so much lighter. So it's all good. All right, let's see what Spirit wants to bring out for us today. What is the message we need for today, Thursday, April 20th, in the new moon energy in Aries? New moon in Aries. Actually, one of the things I really wanted to talk about this morning when I sat down and I got talking about the updates, so I apologize. So maybe I'll even do a timestamp because I really wanted to talk about this morning. Spirit was really brought me to a video yesterday by Amanda Ellis, and she talked about discernment. And I've been working with several people who've been kind of caught up in other people's dramas or really being taken advantage of in different ways. And discernment is something we talk about, right? You have to have discernment. But what does it really mean? What does it really mean? Oh, awesome. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Discernment is one of those kind of like words that are being bandied about right now, right? So in this 5D energy, we talk about resonance, we talk about discernment, we talk about authenticity, like there's all these words, right? But discernment is so important because we have to be able to decide what is correct or incorrect for us. And she goes through 11 steps of the why and the how of what discernment is. And she even talks like there could be many more, but I really, even if you don't watch the whole video, I'm going to be honest with you guys, if you could watch the first one, the first piece of discernment that she gives you, because it really talks about something that I've been being brought to talk about in the past month or so, especially with what I've gone through with being hacked and all these scammers and all this AI and all these farms and all these bots. And, I'm still getting things in my email about, trying to get me to click on certain things in fear. Like it's a fear tactic. Like, we're going to close your account, or, you've been going against community standards. Like it's not real. It's not real. And it's how they kind of got me, right? I hadn't been discerning. I hadn't really looked into the fine print. Is this real? Because it looked like it was real. It was coming from a very, real source, or what I felt like was a real source. So really take a look at that. I dropped the video on my group in Guidance 311. You can go there and just click the YouTube, but you can go to Amanda Ellis on YouTube, and it's her most recent video, 11 ways or 11 things about discernment. But the first 3 are just spot on with a lot of what everyone is going through with all of the fear, right, that's out there, and trying to get you to hook into that fear, right? Whether it's social media, whether it's regular media, whether it's family and friends or work or colleagues, people who see your growth or see your changes, and you're making them uncomfortable. And so they're trying to like scare you into going back to who you used to be. And I would talk about it, but she did such a beautiful job. So if you do watch the whole video, like she does a beautiful job of giving like real examples of ways in which each of the 11 ways in which to use discernment really can be utilized in your own life, and why it's important. So I really wanted to talk about that this morning. So check that out. And like I said, she does a beautiful job. So I'm going to let her, she channeled it from Archangel Metatron, who I also work with. So I don't feel like yeah, I don't feel like I need to piggyback on that. I feel like I just need to support the work she did because it's really well done and really beautiful. So, all right, so that's there. All right, so now I feel like we can get into today's reading. Yep, and we can. See, the cards weren't jumping and now they are. All right. Today, new moon energy, Thursday, Friday, end of the week, wherever you are in the world, your time zone. Oh, they really are having me like all over the place this morning, aren't they? All right. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, I'm not surprised I'm seeing that again. Not surprised. Okay. Whew. We have another card showing up that showed up just the other day. And I felt like when I was doing that reading the other day, because I was kind of in a time constraint, I didn't do it real justice. So I'm kind of glad we're kind of still in the energy of it, so I can really maybe dig into it a little deeper today for us. All right, let's see what we got. Second cup. Second cup. So there's something that you've had to walk away from, or you've been called to walk away from. It didn't feel good, but I also feel like you kind of knew, like it didn't surprise you. It kind of, you knew it was time. Eight of Cups, you knew it was time. Um, and for some of you, you went, and for some of you, you stayed on the fence, right? You didn't really stay, you didn't really leave. And I feel like for those of you that stayed on the fence, like there's no not leaving at this point. So I feel like this death card today coming in really is the end of something. Something that you saw coming, something that you knew you needed to make a choice about, but sometimes we don't make a choice. And then we get bumped out of it, right? And then it becomes a have to situation where it's ripped away from us or it's taken away from us in some way. And so that's what I'm feeling today, that there's going to be something in your awareness that either left or is leaving or is ending because it was time. It's been time for a while. Like, again, this isn't something that you're not knowing or haven't felt, but it could be something that maybe you kind of kept pushing away. Remember, not making a decision is making a decision. And I came to this for myself yesterday. There was this totally resonates with me because I wasn't making a decision about something. And I made the decision yesterday, and then like everything started flowing. It was like things really started opening up, and I was like, okay, I knew I needed to make that decision. And so I feel like for some of you, you know, and it's time, because that's the only way that you can get on the new road. That's the only way you can get into the timeline that's going to work for you. It's the only way that you can start receiving the abundance, the most compatible soulmate, the most compatible career, the most compatible support resource, right? And you can't if you keep playing small. You can't if you keep one foot over here, right? Because that's spreading your energy too far, too much. And you need all of your energy for the new road. And so there's something that you have been choosing not to see, choosing not to look at. It may even be an old program of I don't deserve or I'm not good enough, right? And that's what's kept you from really moving away from something, walking away from something, ending something, changing something. It's because of that feeling of I don't deserve, I'm not good enough, whatever it is. Today, in this energy in the next few days, you're going to get the revelation. You're going to get the aha. Something is going to either come to you in a download, or it's going to come to you in a pink slip. It's going to come to you in a very non-physical way or a physical way, or it's going to come to you in both ways, because I do feel like you've been feeling the change needed to happen. You've been feeling the impetus to go in a new direction. You've been feeling something not feeling the same, or continuing to be what it used to be. And the only way for you to get on the new road, which is happening, whether you're ready for it or not, because that death card is big transformation, right? It's a big change. And it's time, because that is how you get on the new road. That is how you start to turn the wheel into progress, into abundance, into opportunity, into resource, right? Into purpose, into passion, into creativity, into love. And for some of you, it's loving yourself, which is going to manifest new love, new support. And maybe you haven't been honoring your gifts and your talents. Maybe you've been letting somebody kind of linger around because you thought bad was better than none. Not the case. Not the case. Because you are coming into abundance. You are coming into receiving everything you're wanting. Maybe not in the way that you think, right? Because sometimes Spirit brings us what's even better, what's even more beneficial. And so this Nine of Pentacles is saying, hey, it's all coming. But you've got to do the work of making the changes. Stepping into your power, stepping into your authenticity, cutting away the bottom feeders, cutting away the sludge. Because bad is not better than none. Bad is actually keeping you from manifesting the new, the better. Manifesting the turn. And this is where we're going. This is the future and the far future. This is where we can go, but we have to make the choice. We have to make the choice. Because we've been seeing it, we've been feeling it, we've been knowing it coming. Transformation on a grand scale. The wheel is not a small turn. The wheel is a big turn. So this could be a whole new relationship, a whole new purpose, a whole new job, a whole new way of being and feeling. For some of you, it's time. For some of you, it's time to open your heart again. Open your heart to yourself, open your heart to love, open your heart to everything it is that you've been holding on to that hasn't worked out. And it's going to show up in a new way. Because it's time. The wheel is turning. This solstice energy, this eclipse energy, this new moon energy, like this is big. This is transformation. And for some of you, you haven't been wanting to do it, and it's going to happen in some way. So I hope you choose to do it. So it's easier, right? Because when the universe chooses to do it, it doesn't feel so good. That's where you end up in the depths of despair, right? Maybe you don't have a home, you don't have a resource, you don't have the money, you don't have, you've really had something visceral ripped away. Because it had to be, because you weren't making the choice. Make the choice. Make the choice. Make the choice. Even though it's hard, honestly, that's the hardest part of anything. When you can feel a change coming, making the choice to change is the hardest part. Once you make the choice, everything starts to line up. But you got to make the choice. You got to get out of your own way so that you can start having and receiving abundance, prosperity, opportunity, resource. It's time. And that's what these energies are doing. You've got to allow it in. So right now, you may have to step back, get quiet. Maybe there is something you need to learn, or maybe there has been a lesson in what it is that's transforming, and you need to step back and reflect on that. Reflection is a big piece of your spiritual development. If you're not reflecting on the lessons, if you're not reflecting on where you've been and how you got there and what the choices and decisions were, how can you move forward empowered? Because if you're not careful, you're just going to keep repeating the same cycle. And that's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. So you have to get into reflection. You got to take the time to figure out what was the light in that situation. As bad as it was, there was a light. There was something there that I needed. Something there that was showing me the way. So right now you have to get out of your own way. You got to get out of the old thought patterns, the self-sabotage, actions, choices, thoughts. Only you can do it. There's only one person in this boat. You're the only one that can recognize what's holding you back and move away from it and reflect on what it is that you gained. Because in every situation, as horrible as it was, there was something you gained, whether it was the power to take back your power, the power to see, the power to put down the defenses, the power to be vulnerable, the power to speak up for yourself, the power to require people to be better and do better. That's what's going to get you here. You have to do something. If you sit around and you just twiddle your thumb and you wait for money to drop in your lap, ain't going to happen. The right person to just knock on your door ain't going to happen. Where are you self-sabotaging? Where are you staying in a pattern? Because in this energy, that's what's going to fall apart. And it's needed. It's time. You've been feeling it. Not making a choice is making a choice. In this energy, you're not going to get to not make a choice. Because it's time. It's time for a new beginning. It's time to feel better. It's time for your cup to runneth over. It's time for the resources and the opportunity and the people and the new situations. It's time. It's time for the new road. It's time for abundance. It's time for love. When you drop down into your heart and you love yourself, that's when you draw in new ways and people and relationships to love you. You got to move away from the self-sabotage. You got to move away from the defensiveness, the victimization, the powerlessness. You got to reflect on why you've been in certain situations and how do I never get in that situation again? What are the choices and decisions that I need to make that are different? Because I need to go in a new direction. I need to go in a new direction. And that's what this energy is going to do. It's going to take you in a new direction, whether you're ready or not. Be ready. Be ready. Partner, co-create your reality. Don't keep allowing yourself to get dumped into situations where now you have to figure it out or you have to backpedal. That's why you need to reflect. You need to really get quiet. And what was the lesson? What can I learn from this so I don't make this mistake again? Because I've been here before and I don't want to be here again. What did this show me about myself that I need to now know better and do better? Where do I need Maya Angelou in my life? Reflection. You've got to reflect. If you just keep powering forward with no thought process, you're going to end up in the same situation and probably worse because spirit keeps nailing that lesson until you get it, right? And so, okay, they didn't get it this way, so we're going to make it a more intense this time. Well, they didn't get it this time. Well, now we got to make it more intense until they wake up. They see the light. They get it, right? So that's why it's so important that you do the reflection. Sit down, get quiet. All right, that didn't go so well. What did I do? Where did I stub my own toe? Maybe I gave too much. Maybe I kept trying to fix things so much for other people that I put myself in a negative deficit, energetically, mentally, emotionally, financially. And I'm wondering why I got nothing, because I gave it all away. So maybe I need some boundaries. Maybe I have to learn that no is a complete sentence. As hard as that is and as uncomfortable as that feels, maybe that's the change I need to make. Good morning, Dr. Thomas. Very important that you really sit down with yourself in this energy and say, okay, this is where I am. Spirit, what do I need to move forward? Because what I've been doing ain't working. Help me to know what I need to move away from. Help me to know what I need to leave behind. Help me to know what I don't see. Help me to know, how do I get to prosperity, abundance, happiness, a whole new road? Because that's where I want to go. These are general messages. It is the morning message, so please take what resonates. Please take what resonates. So welcome, everyone, especially those of you who are new. Welcome, Diane. Welcome, Maggie. All right, ladies. So take what resonates. And for those of you just joining me, I did drop last night a pick a card on my YouTube channel for this new moon eclipse energy. So please take a look at that, especially if you really are feeling like you need a little more support. Spirit came through beautifully in 3 very different messages. So try to feel into the choices so that you get your message. All right, let's see what unicorn wants to come out. I'm feeling like we might actually pick more than one. Unicorn portal, number 38. Focus your light. Listen for a message. Yeah. Sit down. Get quiet. Listen. Listen to your inner being. Listen to your inner divinity, your magnificence, your connection to your higher self, your gut, whatever you want to call it. Because what you've been doing ain't going to work in this new energy. A portal is high frequency space or gateway to another dimension. When you draw this card, unicorns are asking you to create one in your home, office, or somewhere special so that you can step from their domain into yours. Oh, I love that. When you decide where your portal will be, decide how long you wish it to remain in place, then follow the visualization below and know that you are creating a space where humans and unicorns can meet. Anyone entering the portal in their physical or spiritual body can connect more easily with unicorns there. So to create a portal, set the intention to create a unicorn portal. Cleanse the place where you wish to create it with music, the violet flame, sage sticks, or anything else that feels right to you. Prepare the space with crystals, candles, flowers, and/or an altar. You may like to use a selenite or quartz crystal as an anchor point. Visualize a beautiful door to another dimension. See your unicorns placing a garland of roses around your neck, red for cosmic action, pink for love, white for purity, and/or gold for wisdom. Your unicorn passes you a key. Open the door and enter the unicorn realms. Receive light, love, blessings, or inspiration from the unicorns who greet you. Do they have a message for you? Leave the door open so that the unicorns can step through. As soon as you have set up your portal and dedicated it with love and pure intention, unicorns will be drawn towards it. This card has come to you because you are ready to serve the universe in this way. And the affirmation you can use is, I serve the unicorn kingdom. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? There's no list. This is a general message. Please take what resonates. This is the morning daily guidance that I do every morning. So please feel free to like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel to get the notifications. All right, I'm so glad you're here. All right, folks, I'm going to leave it there. Big energies. Check out the pick a card. Have a beautiful rest of your Thursday. Dr. Thomas and I will be back for the Consciousness Conversation on YouTube and Facebook Live at 3:30, where we will start the conversation by using the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I'm looking forward to that. And we have a playlist on my YouTube channel for past consciousness conversations. So check that out if you're someone that really does need support in this energy, in this shift of consciousness. All right. Welcome, Cecilia. Welcome, Margaret. All right. Please do not buy into any of the scammers or spammers. I'm going to go through now and block everyone. And just know that I do not encourage any solicitation. I do not endorse any of the solicitors at all. Be very, very discerning. And if you didn't hear about me talking about discerning at the beginning, please feel free to rewatch the beginning of this video. All right. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings. All right. We'll talk soon, folks. Namaste.